Today we're going to talk about making inferences. What does it mean to make an inference? Authors don't always tell us every specific detail about the characters and events in a story. Many times, these details unfold through actions of the characters, through their dialogue, and through their thoughts. Good readers must use these details to figure out the information that the author has not stated. Figuring out these missing details in a story is called making inferences. When do you make inferences in reading? You make inferences throughout an entire story. You make inferences about how the plot events will influence future events. You make inferences about characters' relationships or their personalities. You make inferences about how characters treat each other, about why characters act in a certain way or make a decision that they make. And you also make inferences about how a character changes throughout a story. As you are reading, you should be making inferences throughout your reading. So let's practice. Cameron and Josh eat lunch together every day at school, and on the weekends, they are always over at each other's houses. This summer, Cameron is going to go camping with Josh and his family for a whole week. They can't wait. How do you think Cameron and Josh feel about each other? Make an inference about their relationship. How do you think Cameron and Josh feel about each other? Clue 1, they eat lunch together every day. Clue 2, they go over to each other's houses on the weekends. Clue 3, Josh invited Cameron to go camping with him and his family. If we analyze all three of these clues, we should be able to come up with the inference that these two boys like spending time together, and they are probably best friends. Let's try another one. Sharon could only eat a couple bites of her cornflakes Monday morning. Her stomach was in knots thinking about her big math test that morning. As she walked to the car, she begged her mom to let her stay home. When her mom told her she had to go, she started to bite her nails as she read her notes from math class. Why is Sharon acting this way? How do you think she is feeling? The author never specifically states how Sharon is feeling, but if we look at the different clues in the story, we can come to an inference. So why is Sharon acting this way, and how do you think she is feeling? Again, let's analyze the clues in the story. Clue 1, her stomach is in knots. Clue 2, she's begging her mom to let her stay home from school. And finally, clue 3, she's biting her nails as she looks at her math notes. We know from things in the real world and in life that if someone's stomach is in knots and they're biting their nails, many times these things make us know that someone is nervous. And if she's begging her mom to let her stay home, she is probably nervous because of the math test, and maybe she's worried she might not do well. Again, the author never stated this specifically in the text, but by paying attention to the clues and the details in the story, we are able to make inferences about a character, their personalities, and the decisions they might make. You are going to be making some inferences about some of the characters in the story that we are reading. As you read today, pay attention to details that help us make inferences about the characters and decisions they may make in the future.